Yeah. Nah, I don't think so. So the circle of transformations basically says, right, if your data looks like this, then you can use one of these transformations, a y squared log x or 1 on x. That's a squared transformation, that's a log transformation, that's a reciprocal transformation. So anything that has 1 divided by something, that's a reciprocal transformation. And what's the purpose of doing a transformation? Is make it linear, okay? So if it looks like this, say that was y, that was x, then I can use one of these transformations. And if I did log x, right, what would happen is I take my x values and I take the log of all of them, and it will make it more linear. Then you can fit your y equals a plus bx, not very clear there, y equals a plus bx equation for your straight line and make predictions. Alright? So they transform the points by stretching values, okay? So the log 1, if you had x values being 10, 100, 1,000, if you did a log transformation for x, you would get 1, 2, 3, if you remember the log stuff, right? And if you did a reciprocal transformation for those same values, instead, right, what you would get is 1 divided by 10 or 0.1, 1 divided by 100 or 0.001, and it will squash the x or y values to make the stuff more linear. Okay. Generally, they'll tell you which one to use, or they'll say, okay, if your data looks like this, what transformation could you use? Okay, so if it looked like that, you could use a y squared transformation, a log x transformation, or a 1 on x transformation. You could use any of them. Yeah. In a test or exam, they're not going to say which one's the best, and you have to type in every single one in your calculator. They'll probably just say, do a log x transformation and find the equation of the line, right? So if we look at this example here, we have a table of values where the one on the horizontal is the month. So is that the explanatory or the response? That's the explanatory, isn't it? And it's the x. And the number here is the y or the response. Okay? So we can do a transformation because at the moment it doesn't look that linear. It looks like this, yeah? Looks curved. And so it's either this one, or this one. Do you agree? Yep. So it says the table shows internet users signing up with a new internet provider for each of the first 9 months. Okay. Scatter plot's given and the data values are given you. Okay. So now we're going to look at our TI Nspire and how to put that data into the CAS, and then how to find this equation, and then how to use the equation to make predictions. Okay? So when the CAS loads, alright, so what we do is we go into our sheets, okay? Right? And we have to label things. So I've got month and number, so maybe call it month and number. Alright, you just enter the data that we had in the table. 1, 2, went up to 9. And then the other thing was 24, 32, 35, 44, 60, 61, 78, 92, and 118. Okay, so at the moment I've got what was that, month and number? Alright, we're recording. Month and number. And you'll see if I do a scatter plot, it's going to be non-linear. If I go Control I, add data and statistics, that was month, that was number. See, it's non-linear. Okay. So what you do to apply the transformation of our question said do a log y transformation or change the number to be log number. What we do is the following. Okay, call this LG or something. If you go log, it changes it to a function, okay, which we don't want, so call it like LG for log. And then what was I doing that to? It was to the y values, which was the number, so log of number, okay. And then what you need to do is go log number there, we go equals, right? I want log, so control log of, it's got an automatic 10 there, so don't worry about that. Put in what we're transforming, which was number, okay? See how it's gone bold there? It's because it's taking that variable, alright? And mine's in exact values at the moment, so that's still okay. Alright? But what's it doing is it's taking the log of that value, and that's just some other number. It's an exact value at the moment. You guys should have it as a decimal. And then how do we find the equation of the line? We go menu, stats, start calculations, menu, stats, start calculations, a plus bx. Oh, it's happened because sorry, need to be on this cell here. Okay, what was my x? The month hasn't changed. My y changed to be log number. Alright, then I can get my equation a plus bx. Is there a question? Okay, so that's what our CAS gives us. And what does that mean? It means that y equals 1.31 corrected to decimal places plus 0.08x correct to 2 decimal places. But what is this y value now? It's log number, isn't it? Yeah? Log number equals 1.31 plus 0.08. And what was my x value? It was times month. Your x is whatever's on the bottom. Alright? Then the question says use the equation to predict the number of internet users after 10 months. Okay? So what do you think I need to do? It's a solve question, okay? I want to find the number of internet users, okay? If I sub in 10 into here, I'm finding the log of the number, okay? So you got to think of it in terms of the original. That's the original. We did a log transformation of the y, okay? Then we got things to be more linear. Then we have this equation here. This equation is log number equals 1.31 plus 0.08 times month. Alright? So if I sub in 10, I'm going to find the predicted value for that graph, but what I actually want is the actual number. Okay? So I actually need to find number, not the log number. So what you need to do is go into your calculator, right? And we go menu, algebra, solve. Log of, call it n for number, equals, subbing in 1.31 plus 0.08 times 10, because that's the prediction, right? And I'm solving for the actual number, not the log number. So I need to solve for n, all right? So that's what it'll look like. And we get 128.825, okay? And in the original question it said the number of internet users, all right? So 128.825, if you're given that and further, you should round up or round down. You round up. Okay, it's just an estimate, a best estimate. So number of people would round up into 129. Okay? So basically, you guys need to know that, how to make something transformed in your spreadsheets. So if it was a 1 on number, so you would call it like the reciprocal number, and you would go equals 1 divided by number, and then see how it's done that for you. And then you do the same thing. You go y equals a plus b times x, make a prediction, but make sure you're solving for the right thing. Okay?